dash real quick. All right. What's up guys, Con here with RideShare Tips. So this week I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to make the most amount of money possible working the least amount of hours. So I set a goal for myself this week. I wanted to make $500 in under 20 hours. So that's about $25 an hour. Now that's a pretty high hourly rate if you're gonna be an Uber driver, but it's not unattainable. If you plan accordingly and work the right hours, it's definitely possible. So what I decided to do is Sunday night, I checked this week's promotions. Uber just started doing this new thing in LA pretty recently where you get a 3-trip consecutive bonus. So if you do 3 trips back to back, you don't cancel anything, you accept every ride, you get about a $9 bonus after doing 3 trips if you do them within a certain time frame. And I think Uber just replaced the earnings boost zones with this, which I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but so far I do kind of like it. So I decided that for this week, I'm gonna go after these 3-trip bonuses. And on top of that, I'm gonna be driving in the morning rush hour and in the afternoon rush hour, hoping to pick up some surge pricing. And on top of all that, I also decided to charge scooters. Now, if you guys watched my last video on how much I made charging scooters, you would know I made a pretty good hourly rate doing that. So I decided to throw it in along with Uber to help me get to my $500 goal. All right, so check it out. Right now it's Saturday morning. Earlier this morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. to drop off the last batch of my Lime scooters, made a grand total of $496.95 in 18.5 hours. So I think it's safe to say that I reached my goal and I had an hour and a half time left to spare. So I'm pretty proud of myself. This is a pretty good week for me actually. So here's the breakdowns. On Monday, I worked 3 hours for Uber. I made $68.32 plus $19 in those trip bonuses that I was telling you about. And I also charged 8 scooters at nighttime. I made 48 hours and that took an additional 2 hours, about an hour in the morning to collect them and about an hour to drop them off, I'd say. So that's $135 on Monday in a total of 5 hours. So that's pretty good, kept me on track. On Wednesday, I didn't have the time to do Uber, so I just did some Lime scooter charging at nighttime. I actually did 1 Bird scooter, which I made $5 off of, which was a terrible experience, but that's a whole video in itself. I don't charge for Bird. I learned my lesson, I only stick to Lime now. So yeah, $41 that night in an hour and a half. And then Thursday, I didn't charge any Lime scooters, but I did make $80.70 in Uber fares plus $18 in those 3-trip bonuses. So that day, I did a few trips in the morning and then I worked the late night rush hour shift as well. So I made $98.70 in 5 hours that day. And then Friday night, which was last night, I made $50.57 charging scooters in an hour and a half. And I did a few, I think I did 3 or 4 Uber trips yesterday morning. I made $17.87 in 1 hour, plus I got the $9 bonus. So $77.44 in 2.5 hours. And on top of all that, there was another bonus that Uber was doing for that week where if you did 20 trips, you get an additional $45, so I got that. Here are the promotions. I made $98.57 in both the 3 consecutive trip bonuses and the $45 for doing 2 trips. I also got a $25 referral for one of my referrals. Thank you to whoever did that, but I'm not including that in the total because I wanted to earn the money with good old-fashioned fares this week. In total trips earnings, I only made $208. So obviously, as you could see, if it wasn't for the promotions, it wouldn't be that good of money. I also made $1 in tips. Thank you to whoever it was. I feel like I know who it was. We had a connection. Thank you. I think it was worth more than $1 though. Now, it was pretty strict on timing myself in this video, guys. There was days where I finished in 4.5 hours, but it took me an additional 15 to 20 minutes to get home, so I just rounded it up to 5 hours, so I was being fair. Same thing with the scooters. A lot of times I would finish in like an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, but I would round it up to an hour and a half. And then here we go. I will also show you guys the Lime scooters, how much I made. I'll show you the real-time screen captures. Now, of course, what everyone is thinking, what about your gas and your taxes and your car depreciation? Well, on Monday, I reset my odometer. It says here that I drove 214 miles this week, but keep in mind, I also did a lot of personal errands throughout the week, so I would take off maybe 30 to 40 miles, so that's about total how many miles I drove for the week. And on top of all that, all I paid for gas was $25. Since I do drive a Prius, I'm getting 47 miles to the gallon right now. As far as taxes, obviously you have to pay for taxes just like any other job, no surprise there. So before taxes and before paying $25 for gas, I made $26 an hour on average this week. So that's pretty good. You know, I set my goal pretty high, but it was definitely reasonable. I knew I could do it if I worked the right hours, and I did. So you could probably do it too, you know, give it a shot, why not? You just have to know to plan accordingly. So guys, the big thing with Uber, the reason I did it full-time in the past and I still do it here and there part-time, is because you do get to be your own boss. That's part of Uber's big like lingo, is you're your own boss, you pick whenever you want. Now that's kind of true, you know, you do get to pick your own hours, but really to make any decent money with it, you kind of have to work their hours. Like you have to work specific times to make the top dollars, for instance, $26 an hour. If I wasn't driving the hours that I drove this week, I would probably be closer to like $13 to $15 an hour. So I guess the takeaway from this video is that there still is money to be made out there with Uber. However, you have to plan accordingly and be strategic about it. Obviously, it's not what it once was, but you know, there's still money out there. Now, I've said this many times in the past, don't rely so heavily on Uber. This is not the best full-time job. Don't even do it full-time. It's only good as an additional source of income. All right, so that's it for this week's video, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, for all the views. Thanks for all the support. I appreciate it, guys. If you're not yet signed up to drive for Lyft or Uber, I have some referral links in the description down below. Sign up with those links. You'll get a little bonus. I'll get a little bonus, and we'll all be happy. So that'd be great. Thank you, guys. Till next time, drive safe, buckle up, and I'll see you out there on the road. Peace.